Victor Valdez watches his compass spin for the sixth time in 12 minutes, and his hands won't stop shaking. The needle rotates smoothly, clockwise, counterclockwise, never settling on any direction. Not broken, not stuttering, just spinning. Like north doesn't exist anymore. Like magnetic poles mean nothing on this particular stretch of Highway 90 through southern Louisiana. Victor checks his phone's GPS. The blue dot moves forward. Perfectly straight line, heading east toward New Orleans. 73 miles remaining. The arrow is steady, confident, pointing directly ahead. But the physical compass, the old brass one his grandfather gave him, the one that's never failed in 15 years, spins uselessly in his palm. And when Victor looks up from the compass, out the window of seat 11A, he sees the moon. Full moon. Bright. Clear. On his left side. The moon is on his left, which means they're traveling north, not east. The moon should be ahead of them, maybe slightly right if they're going east, but it's directly left. Clearly, unmistakably left. Victor puts the compass on the empty seat beside him. 11B is vacant, has been the whole trip, and watches the needle spin. Continuous rotation, never slowing, never stopping. He checks the GPS again, still showing straight east, still showing 73 miles to New Orleans. Same as 5 minutes ago, same as 10 minutes ago, same distance, never getting closer. And seat 6B, 4 rows ahead, has something written on the headrest. Victor can see it from here. Red marker, fresh, letters that definitely weren't there when he boarded in Baton Rouge 90 minutes ago. Victor, you're not going east. His name, his exact name, in handwriting he doesn't recognize. The driver, name tag says LeBlanc, hasn't made any announcements, hasn't adjusted course, just drives. Steady speed, straight road, while the compass spins and the moon stays left, and that message sits there, 4 rows ahead, waiting. If you've ever trusted your eyes over your instruments and regretted it, leave a comment and subscribe, because this journey is going to make you question every direction you've ever traveled. 2 hours earlier, Victor bought his ticket at the Baton Rouge terminal, $38 to New Orleans, the 12:45 a.m. Greyhound, last bus of the night along Highway 90. The ticket agent, a man in his 60s with a Saints cap, barely glanced at Victor. Gate 2, boards in 10. Standard procedure, nothing unusual. Victor grabbed his duffel bag and walked to the platform. The bus was already idling, number 666. Victor noticed because 666s seem like poor branding for a bus company, but there it was, 666 on the front, 666 on the side panels, chrome numbers catching the fluorescent lights. He boarded, showed his ticket to the driver. LeBlanc, 50-something, gray stubble, Louisiana accent when he said, "Welcome aboard." Victor nodded and walked down the aisle. 8 other passengers were already seated. A woman in her 30s, row 3, typing on a laptop. 2 college-age guys in row 7, sharing earbuds, watching something on a phone. An elderly man in row 14, hat pulled low, seemingly asleep. A middle-aged couple in row 18, speaking quietly in French. A young woman in row 9, reading a paperback. A businessman in row 4, already dozing. Victor chose row 11, seat A, window view, middle of the bus, not too close to anyone. He set his duffel on the floor, settled in, and pulled out his grandfather's compass. Old habit. He always checked direction when traveling. Something comforting about having a backup to GPS. Something tangible. The compass pointed southwest. Correct. Baton Rouge is southwest of New Orleans. They'd be heading northeast on Highway 90. The needle held steady. Reliable. The bus pulled out at 12:50 a.m., 13 minutes late. Victor watched the city lights fade as they merged onto the highway. Thursday night, technically Friday morning now. Traffic was minimal, just a few trucks and occasional cars. The highway stretched dark and flat through Louisiana wetlands. Victor checked his phone, GPS loading. Blue dot appeared. 89 miles to New Orleans. Estimated arrival, 2:47 a.m. Everything perfectly, completely normal. For the first 22 minutes, Victor glances at his compass out of habit. The needle has shifted, now pointing east. But that's wrong. If they're traveling northeast toward New Orleans, the needle should point northeast, not directly east, unless they've changed course. Victor looks out the window. Straight highway, no curves visible. Just flat Louisiana terrain, sparse trees, occasional lights from distant buildings. The road feels straight, looks straight. He checks his phone's GPS. The blue arrow points forward. Highway 90E displays at the top. Heading east, 89 miles remaining. Wait, still 89 miles? Victor checked 20 minutes ago when they left. It was 89 miles then. They should be at 75 or 76 miles by now, not 89. He must have misremembered. Easy mistake. He opens his GPS history. Last check was 1:03 a.m. Distance then, 89 miles. Current time, 1:24 a.m. 21 minutes. Distance now, 89 miles. No change. Zero progress in 21 minutes. Victor looks at the speedometer visible through the gap between seats. 68 miles per hour. Steady, consistent. The bus is definitely moving. He can feel it, hear it, see the road passing beneath him. But the GPS shows no progress. Same distance, exactly the same. He checks the compass again. The needle is rotating now, slowly, clockwise, completing one full rotation every 30 seconds. Not broken, it's moving smoothly, deliberately, just not pointing anywhere specific, just spinning. Victor unbuckles, walks toward the bathroom at the back, passes row 6, glances down at seat B as he goes by. Empty seat, but on the headrest, written in red marker, fresh enough that Victor can smell it. Victor, you're not going east. Victor stops, stares. His name, definitely his name. He looks around. The woman with the laptop in row 3 doesn't look up. The college guys in row 7 are still watching their phone. Nobody else is paying attention. Who wrote this? When? He's been watching the aisle. Nobody walked past them. Nobody got up. Unless he wasn't paying attention. Maybe during that moment he was checking his GPS. Victor leans closer. The marker is fresh. He can see where the ink soaked into the fabric. Recent. Very recent. He walks to the front, leans toward LeBlanc. Excuse me, did someone write on the seat headrests? LeBlanc keeps his eyes forward. No writing allowed on the bus, sir. But there is writing. Row 6, seat B. My name. Your name? LeBlanc's tone is patient, slightly confused. Victor! Someone wrote, Victor, you're not going east. LeBlanc glances in the rearview mirror, toward row 6. His expression doesn't change. Don't see any writing, sir. Might be a stain. It's not a stain. It's marker. Red marker. Fresh. I'll check it when we stop in New Orleans. Please return to your seat. Victor walks back slowly, stops at row 6, looks directly at the headrest of seat B. The writing is there. Clear. Unmistakable. Red block letters. His name. He touches the letters. The ink is slightly wet. Comes off on his finger. He shows his finger to the college guys in row 7. See this? Red ink. Someone wrote on that seat. One of them pulls out an earbud. What? That headrest. Victor points. Someone wrote my name on it. The college guy leans forward, looks, shrugs. I don't see anything, man. It's right there, red marker. The other college guy looks now. Dude, that seat's empty, clean, no writing. Victor stares at him, then back at the headrest. The writing is right there. How can they not see it? Unless they're lying, or unless Victor is seeing something that isn't there. He walks back to his seat, sits. His heart is beating faster now. Victor checks his phone. 1:24 a.m. He sets a timer. 5 minutes. Watches the seconds count down. 4:59, 4:58, 4:57. Normal. Expected. When the timer reaches 0, he checks the main clock. 1:24 a.m. Still 1:24. 5 minutes passed. He watched them pass, but the clock didn't advance. Victor opens his clock app. World clock. New York, 2:24 a.m. Chicago, 1:24 a.m. Los Angeles, 11:24 p.m. All correct for their respective time zones, all consistent with it being 1:24 a.m. in Louisiana. But 5 minutes ago, it was 1:24 a.m., and now it's still 1:24 a.m. He closes the app, opens it again. 1:24 a.m. The seconds tick. 1:24:17, 1:24:18, 1:24:19. Then the display flickers, brief, almost imperceptible, resets. 1:24:00. Victor's chest tightens. He looks out the window. Highway signs should be passing, mile markers, exit numbers, something. But there's just darkness, road, trees occasionally visible in the headlights, no signs, no markers, nothing. Victor counts passengers to ground himself, some concrete. 9 people, including himself when they boarded. He counts now. Row 3, laptop woman, 1. Row 4, businessman, still sleeping, 2. Row 7, college guys, 3, 4. Row 9, woman with paperback, 5. Row 11, himself, 6. Row 14, elderly man with hat, 7. Row 18, couple, 8, 9. 9? Correct. But Victor feels like he's missing someone. He recounts, same 9 people, same positions, but there's a nagging sense that someone else should be here. Someone he can't quite remember, can't quite visualize, but definitely present. He stands, walks the aisle slowly, looks at every seat. Rows 1, 2, 5, 6, 8, 10, 11B, 12, 13, 15, 16, 17, 19, 20, all empty. Just the 9 passengers. That's all. That's everyone. So why does it feel wrong? Why does it feel like there should be 10? Victor sits back down, opens his phone's camera, takes a photo of the bus interior, looks at the photo, counts the visible passengers. 7. Can't see everyone from his angle. But in the photo, in the reflection of the bus's interior emergency lights on the windows, he can see more seats. And in row 6, seat B, the one with the writing, there's a shape, blurred, indistinct, but definitely there. A person-shaped shadow. Victor turns around, looks directly at row 6, seat B. Empty. No one there. He looks at the photo again. The shadow is gone. Just an empty seat now. The moon is wrong. Victor noticed it earlier but dismissed it. Now he can't ignore it. The moon is on his left side, clearly visible through the window. Full moon, bright. If they're traveling east, which the GPS says they are, the moon should be behind them or to the right. The moon rises in the east, sets in the west. At 1:24 a.m., it should be southernish, maybe southwestern, not directly left. Unless they're not traveling east. Unless they're traveling north, which would put the moon on the left, west. But the GPS shows east. Highway 90, straight line, no deviation. Victor pulls out his compass again. The needle spins continuously. Smooth rotation. No magnetic north. No direction at all. He taps the glass. The needle doesn't settle, just keeps spinning. Not broken, spinning too smoothly to be broken. Just Directionally useless.
Victor stands, walks to the front. Mr. LeBlanc, which direction are we heading?
East, sir. Highway 90 toward New Orleans.
But the moon is on our left. That means we're going north. LeBlanc is quiet for a moment. Then, moon moves, sir. Changes position throughout the night.
Not that fast. Not that much.
Might want to get some sleep. Long ride. Confuses perception.
I'm not confused. The moon is wrong. The compass is spinning. The GPS shows no progress. Something is wrong with this route. LeBlanc's hands tighten on the wheel. Slightly. Victor notices. Everything is normal, Mr. Valdez. We're on schedule. Victor freezes. How do you know my name? Your ticket, sir. When you boarded? I didn't tell you my name. You didn't ask.
Standard procedure. We check IDs for night routes.
Victor didn't show ID. He's certain. Just handed over the printed ticket. LeBlanc barely looked at him. Didn't ask for identification. But LeBlanc just said his name. Valdez, his last name. How does he know? Victor returns to his seat. Sits, stares at the window. His reflection stares back. Tired face, concerned expression. Behind him, the faint interior of the bus. Other passengers, shapes, shadows. But something is different. In the reflection, row 6 isn't empty. Someone is sitting in seat B. Victor can see them clearly in the glass, sitting upright, facing forward, motionless. He turns around, looks directly at row 6. Empty. Completely empty. Back to the reflection, still occupied. The figure is clearer now, wearing a dark jacket. Can't see the face, too dark, too far, but definitely there. Victor stands, walks to row 6, looks at seat B from 3 feet away. Nothing. No one. No impression on the cushion. No warmth. He touches the seat. Cold vinyl. Unused. He walks back, sits, looks at the window. In the reflection, the figure in 6B turns its head, slowly, looking back at Victor. Victor can see the face now. Not clearly. The reflection is faint, distorted by darkness outside, but enough. Enough to recognize. It's him, his own face, looking back at himself. Victor is in seat 11A, but in the reflection, he's also in seat 6B, sitting, watching himself in 11A. He closes his eyes, counts to 10, opens them, still there. His reflection in 6B, staring. The bus slows. Victor feels it decelerate. LeBlanc announces, "Rest stop, 10 minutes. Rest stop? There wasn't supposed to be a stop until New Orleans. Victor checks his GPS. Still shows 89 miles. Still shows straight route. No stops indicated. The bus pulls off. Small parking area, single building, lights on. Sign says Evangeline Travel Plaza. Victor's never heard of it. Doesn't remember seeing it on the route map. The door opens. Nobody moves. All 8 other passengers remain seated, sleeping or staring forward. Nobody unbuckling. Nobody standing. 10 minutes, LeBlanc repeats. Victor stands. Is anyone else getting off? No response. The laptop woman keeps typing. The college guys keep watching their phone. The couple keeps speaking quietly in French, like they didn't hear him. Victor walks to the front. Nobody else is moving. LeBlanc looks at him through the rearview mirror. They're comfortable, sir. You're welcome to stretch your legs. Victor steps off. The air is thick, humid, smells like swamp water and diesel. The building ahead is small, single story. Windows lit but can't see inside. Glass is tinted dark. He walks toward it, reaches the door, pulls. Locked. He tries again. Definitely locked. But the lights are on. Someone must be inside. Victor knocks. No response. Knocks again. Harder. Nothing. He walks around the building. No other doors, no cars in the lot except a bus, no trucks, no other vehicles, just empty asphalt and darkness beyond the lights. When Victor returns to the front, he notices something. The building has a sign above the door. Evangeline Travel Plaza, since 1952. But below that, smaller text, closed 1987, condemned 1991. Closed, condemned, but the lights are on. And LeBlanc called this a rest stop. Victor gets back on the bus. Everyone is in the exact same positions, exact same postures, the laptop woman's hands frozen mid-type, the college guy's heads at identical angles, the couple mid-conversation, mouths slightly open but not moving, not speaking, frozen. Victor walks to the laptop woman, waves his hand in front of her face. No response, no blink, no reaction. He touches her shoulder. She's warm, breathing, alive, but not responsive, like she's paused. "They're fine," LeBlanc says from the front. His voice is calm, reassuring, just tired, long night. "They're not moving. None of them are moving." "They're resting, Mr. Valdez. How long have we been stopped?" LeBlanc checks his watch. 3 minutes, 7 to go. Victor checks his phone. 1:24 a.m. Still 1:24. He's been off the bus for at least 5 minutes. Walked around the building, knocked, investigated. 5 minimum. But LeBlanc says 3, and the phone says no time passed at all. "We need to go," Victor says. "Now. Something is wrong with this stop." 6 minutes remaining, sir." "The building is condemned. It's been closed since 1991. LeBlanc turns in his seat, looks at Victor directly for the first time. His eyes are tired, patient, sad almost. "Mr. Valdez, I need you to sit down. We'll reach New Orleans soon." "How soon? We haven't made any progress. We're still 89 miles away." "Sit down, please." Victor walks back to row 11, sits. His hands are shaking badly now. The other passengers remain frozen, breathing but motionless, like mannequins. The door closes, the bus pulls back onto the highway, and immediately, within seconds, the passengers resume. The laptop woman types, the college guys shift positions, the couple continues their conversation mid-word, like nothing happened, like they weren't frozen, like the stop never occurred. Victor looks at row 6. The headrest still has the red writing, clear, unmistakable. His name, the warning. And in the window's reflection, the figure in 6B is still there, still watching. Victor can't stay silent anymore. He stands in the aisle and shouts, "We're not going to New Orleans!" Everyone stops, turns, looks at him, simultaneously. Same movement, same timing, like choreographed. "We've been on this bus for over an hour," Victor continues, voice shaking. "We haven't made any progress. The GPS shows 89 miles the entire time. The compass spins. The moon is in the wrong position. Time isn't advancing. And that building we just stopped at has been condemned since 1991. The businessman in row 4 speaks. His voice is gentle, understanding. "Sir, we've only been driving for 37 minutes. We're making good time." "No," Victor holds up his phone. "I boarded at 12:58. It's now 1:24. He stops, looks at the phone. The clock now shows 1:35 a.m. It advanced. Somehow it advanced without him noticing. Wait, it was 1:24 a second ago. I've been watching it. It hasn't moved past 1:24. The laptop woman closes her computer, turns fully. "You might be experiencing temporal disorientation. It happens on long drives. Your internal clock gets confused." "I'm not confused. Look at my compass." Victor holds it up. The needle spins. "North doesn't exist. Magnetic poles don't work here." One of the college guys speaks.
Bruh, we're in Louisiana, near the Gulf. Magnetic anomalies happen. Interferes with compasses sometimes.
Then explain the moon. Explain why it's on our left when we're supposedly going east. The elderly man in row 14, who Victor thought was sleeping, lifts his hat, looks directly at Victor. His eyes are very clear, very aware. The moon is where it's always been, son. You're the one who's lost direction. What does that mean? Victor's voice cracks. What does any of this mean? LeBlanc's voice over the intercom. Mr. Valdez, final warning. Sit down or I'm calling state police at the next town. What next town? We haven't passed any towns. No signs, no mile markers, nothing. The couple in row 18 stands, walks toward Victor together. The woman speaks in accented English. Chair, you need to rest. You're frightening yourself. Someone wrote my name on that seat. Victor points at row 6. Tell me you see it. Tell me you see the writing. Everyone looks. The businessman, the college guys, the laptop woman, the elderly man, the couple, all looking at row 6, seat B. Silence. Then the businessman, there's no writing, sir, just an empty seat. It's right there. Victor walks to row 6, points at the headrest, traces the letters with his finger. V-I-C-T-R, my name. And it says, you're not going east. How can you not see this? The laptop woman stands, walks over, looks closely at the headrest, shakes her head. I don't see anything. I'm sorry. Maybe you need medical attention. I don't need medical attention. I need someone to tell me what's happening. The elderly man speaks again, still calm, still clear. What's happening is you're going exactly where you need to go, just not where you think. What? New Orleans is east, son, but east isn't always a direction. Sometimes it's a state of mind, and your mind isn't ready for east yet. Victor backs away. That doesn't make any sense. None of this makes sense to you because you're looking for logic, for GPS, for compasses, for instruments. But some roads don't follow instruments. Then what do they follow? The elderly man smiles. Sad. Knowing. Intention. And yours isn't clear yet. Victor looks at all of them, all staring at him with the same expression. Patient, understanding, like they're waiting for him to realize something, some truth he's missing, some conclusion he should reach. You're all in on this, Victor whispers. Whatever this is, you're all part of it. Or, the laptop woman says gently, you're the only one who doesn't understand it yet. Victor stumbles back to his seat, falls into it, buckles with shaking hands, stares out the window. The moon is still on his left. The compass still spins. The GPS still shows 89 miles. In the reflection, the figure in 6B stands, walks down the aisle, stops next to row 11. Victor can see it clearly in the glass, standing right beside him. But when Victor turns to look directly, there's nothing there. Empty aisle. Back to the reflection. The figure leans close. Victor can see its face now. His face. Exactly his face. And the reflection, Victor mouths words. We never left Baton Rouge. New Orleans, Central Station. LeBlanc's voice crackles over the intercom. Thank you for riding Greyhound. Victor jolts awake. Awake? He was awake, wasn't he? But his head was down, eyes closed. How long? He looks around. The bus has stopped. Interior lights on, other passengers gathering their things. The laptop woman stands, stretches. The college guys unplug their earbuds. The businessman checks his phone. Normal, casual, like nothing happened. Victor looks at his phone. 2:51 a.m., Friday morning. 3 hours since they left Baton Rouge. No, wait, they left at 12:58. That's only
1 hour and 53 minutes, not 3 hours. The arrival time was supposed to be 2:47. It's 2:51, 4 minutes late. Normal. Victor checks the GPS. Destination reached. New Orleans Central Station. 0 miles remaining. They made it. They actually made it.
He stands, grabs his duffel, walks down the aisle, passes row 6, looks at seat B. The headrest is clean, no writing, no marker, nothing. Just fabric, standard Greyhound upholstery.
He exits the bus, steps onto the platform. New Orleans air, humid, warm, smelling of the river and fried food from nearby vendors. Real, solid, normal. LeBlanc is outside, stretching his back. Victor approaches. "We made it." LeBlanc nods. "Of course. Good trip?"
I thought.
Victor trails off. How does he explain?
Nothing. Never mind.
He walks into the station. Bright lights, people, activity, normal bus station. He finds a bench, sits, checks his compass. The needle points north. Steady, clear, working perfectly. His phone buzzes. Text from his sister. "You there?" Sent at 2:49 a.m. Victor replies, "Yeah, just arrived." Response, "Good. Call me in the morning. Sleep well." Victor puts the phone away, looks at his ticket stub. Baton Rouge to New Orleans, used, stamped, everything normal. But when he turns the ticket over, there's something written on the back, faint, in red ink, his handwriting, his own handwriting. Next time, trust the compass. VV. Victor drops the ticket, picks it up quickly, turns it over. Blank back, clean, nothing written. He's imagining it. Stress, exhaustion, playing tricks. He looks up at the departure board. Buses listed, times, gates, normal, except one listing at the bottom. But it's 2:53 a.m. That bus left hours ago. That's the bus he was on. Why does it say now boarding? Victor walks to gate 7, looks through the windows. A bus is there, number 666, idling, door open, and passengers are boarding. 8 people. Victor watches them. A woman with a laptop, 2 college guys, an elderly man, a couple, a businessman, a young woman with a paperback. The same passengers, exact same people, wearing the same clothes, carrying the same bags. And walking up the steps, last aboard, someone Victor recognizes immediately. Same build, same jacket, same duffel bag. Himself. Victor is watching himself board the bus. Bus 666. The 12:45 a.m. to New Orleans. The trip he just finished. The trip he's watching begin. The door closes, the bus pulls out, heads toward the exit, toward Highway 90, toward the loop. Victor stands frozen. He's here, in the station. He arrived. He's real. He's present. But he's also on that bus, beginning the same journey, again. Or maybe he never got off. Maybe the Victor in the station is the reflection, the one who stepped out of the glass. And the real Victor is still on the bus, still riding, still spinning through time and direction, still trying to reach New Orleans while the compass spins and the moon stays wrong and the GPS shows 89 miles forever. Victor checks his phone. 2:53 a.m. He watches the seconds advance. 2:53:17, 2:53:18, 2:53:19. Then flicker, reset. 2:53:00. He's still on the bus. He never left. This station is just another loop, another stop that isn't real, another moment frozen in the journey. Victor walks outside, looks for the bus, number 666. It's gone. But when he checks the reflection in the station windows, he can see it, pulling onto Highway 90. And in seat 11A, someone is sitting, checking a compass, watching the needle spin. Victor touches the glass. The reflection doesn't match. He's standing, but the reflection shows him sitting, on the bus, in motion. He's in both places, or neither, or the distinction doesn't matter anymore. Victor Valdez never confirmed whether he actually reached New Orleans. His sister received his text at 2:49 a.m. saying he arrived, but when she called in the morning, no answer. When she called the hotel where he was supposed to stay, they had no record of him checking in. His credit card showed no charges in New Orleans, no transactions, no food, no taxi, nothing. But 3 weeks later, someone spotted him on a Greyhound, number 666, Baton Rouge to New Orleans route, middle of the night, sitting in seat 11A, holding a compass, watching it spin. The witness tried to get his attention, knocked on the window at a rest stop. Victor looked right through him, like he couldn't see, like he was somewhere else entirely. The bus pulled away, heading east on Highway 90. Except the witness swore, absolutely swore, the moon was on the wrong side, and their own compass started spinning. Just for a moment, then stopped. What do you think happened to Victor? Is he still riding? Did he ever leave? Or is there a version of him trapped in a loop while another version walks around New Orleans, unaware he's a reflection? Leave your theory in the comments. And if you enjoyed this story, hit the like button and subscribe, because sometimes the scariest journey isn't about reaching your destination. It's about realizing you've been going in circles the whole time, and the compass knew all along. And if you're planning a bus trip through Louisiana, especially at night, especially on Highway 90, maybe bring 2 compasses, just in case one starts spinning, just in case you need confirmation that north still exists, just in case you're not really going east.